Let's talk about elections, the cornerstone of our democracy. Every few years, millions of us head to the polls, believing our voices will be heard and our choices will shape the future. Voting is more than a right. It's a responsibility and a symbol of our collective power. We trust the process, but that trust is under attack from modern threats that are more complex and subtle than ever before. It's not just about ballot boxes anymore. Our entire system faces new vulnerabilities. Campaigns sometimes use deceptive tactics like fake sweepstakes or misleading online forms to harvest your data and influence your decisions. These tricks can target you without you even realizing it, eroding the fairness of the process. When rules are broken, it's not just a minor issue. It's a breach of public trust. Every scandal or violation chips away at the confidence we have in our elections, making it harder for people to believe in the results. Even worse, baseless claims of election fraud are now mainstream, creating a fog of suspicion that's hard to clear. These accusations, often spread without evidence, can divide communities and undermine the legitimacy of our leaders. Repeating lies erodes faith in the system and puts election workers at risk. These dedicated individuals face threats, harassment, and burnout, all while trying to uphold the integrity of our democracy. Our safeguards, paper trails, audits, and transparent procedures are strong, but the biggest threats are social and political. No amount of technology can protect us if we lose trust in each other and the process. The real danger isn't just hackers or machines, it's deception, misinformation, and burnout among election workers. The spread of false information online can be just as damaging as any cyber attack. Protecting our vote means fighting dishonesty, supporting those on the front lines, and standing up for truth. It's about building a culture of respect and vigilance around our elections. The challenge is messy and deeply human. Democracy is never perfect, but it's always worth defending, even when the process feels chaotic or contentious. Ignoring it isn't an option. If we turn away, we risk losing the very foundation of our freedom and our voice in society. Our democracy depends on vigilance, not complacency. It's up to each of us to stay informed, get involved, and hold our leaders accountable. The cracks in the system are real, but so is our power to fix them. When we come together, we can repair what's broken and strengthen our democracy for the next generation. The question is, will we act before it's too late? The future of our vote and our democracy depends on what we do next. Election workers are the backbone of our democracy. Neighbors, friends, even family. But now they're under siege, facing threats and harassment fueled by baseless accusations. Many fear for their safety and careers as politically motivated investigations loom. This hostile environment drives experienced officials to quit, leaving our system vulnerable. Losing their expertise means more errors, longer lines, and delayed results, problems exploited by those spreading doubt. Protecting election workers isn't just about kindness, it's essential for a healthy democracy. Without them, the system weakens. Supporting these public servants is a critical act of self-preservation. They're not partisan, they're vital. If we don't stand up for them, we risk losing the very people who keep our elections running. Our democracy depends on their safety and support. Let's look at how trust is eroded before voting even begins. Take the lawsuit against Elon Musk's America PAC, a sweepstakes promised cash for signing a petition. But winners were allegedly handpicked as political spokespeople. This wasn't just misleading, it was a calculated deception to harvest data and manipulate support. When campaigns break these rules, it's more than bad marketing, it's a betrayal of public trust. The court's decision to let the case proceed signals that such tactics won't go unchecked. This isn't just about one lawsuit, it's about setting a precedent for campaign honesty. Deceptive promotions breed cynicism and disengagement. If we allow these tactics, we reinforce the idea that politics is just a game. The legal system must hold campaigns accountable. Trust in democracy starts with truth in campaigning. Amid the chaos, unlikely heroes emerge, like the nuns in Erie, Pennsylvania. As disinformation spread after the 2020 election, they stepped up, using their trusted voices to counter lies and reassure their community. Their grassroots activism proved that you don't need a big platform to make a big difference. Local leaders, teachers, coaches, librarians can inoculate communities against misinformation. The nuns' courage earned national recognition and showed that defending democracy starts at home. Their story is a call to action. Anyone can stand up for truth. Civic duty isn't just voting, it's protecting the system itself. Even small, trusted voices can have a massive impact. Sometimes the most powerful defenders of democracy are the least expected. Election officials now face a new threat: politically motivated investigations. Imagine doing your job by the book, only to be targeted because someone didn't like the results. These probes aren't about fixing problems, they're about intimidation and harassment. Nearly half of election officials now fear being caught in this web. Responding to endless, baseless requests drains time, money, and morale. The result? Experts leave, and the system becomes more vulnerable to real errors. This cycle of intimidation undermines public trust and destabilizes elections. When we lose experienced officials, we risk chaos and incompetence. Protecting them from partisan witch hunts is essential. These attacks aren't just personal, they're a threat to democracy itself. We must ensure our elections remain fair, impartial, and trusted. The integrity of the process depends on it. Political campaigns want your vote, your money, and your data, and they're getting creative. The Musk sweepstakes lawsuit shows how easily trust can be abused. People handed over personal info for a chance to win, only to find the process was rigged. This kind of deception breeds deep cynicism about politics. When campaigns break promises, it damages democracy itself. Transparency should be the minimum standard. Voters deserve to know how their data is used. Broken trust makes voters suspicious of every interaction. We need clear rules and real accountability for campaign tactics. The line between clever marketing and outright fraud must be enforced. Democracy can't survive on a foundation of lies. In a world of shouting pundits and viral misinformation, local voices matter most. The Erie nuns proved that trusted community leaders can cut through the noise. Their authority came from years of service, not titles or fame. When they spoke, people listened, and the truth spread. The fight against disinformation is won locally, by teachers, pastors, and neighbors. Grassroots leadership is democracy's immune system. Their national recognition sent a message: standing up for truth is civic duty. Anyone can make a difference, one conversation at a time. Protecting democracy means being active, informed, and courageous. Leadership is about trust, not volume. In the end, trust is democracy's most powerful defense. What happens when deception, threats, and disinformation combine? It's not just a matter of isolated incidents or a few bad actors. These forces, when they come together, can create a powerful storm that shakes the very foundations of our society. Each is dangerous alone, but together they create a ripple effect that threatens democracy itself. Like a stone tossed into a pond, the consequences spread far beyond the initial act, touching every corner of our political landscape. When people believe the system is rigged, they disengage. Voter turnout drops, cynicism rises, trust in the process erodes, and citizens begin to feel powerless, questioning whether their voices matter at all. The Musk lawsuit and attacks on election officials are symptoms of a deeper erosion of accountability. These events highlight how easily the pillars of our democracy can be shaken when those in power are challenged or undermined. If we can't protect the process or the people running it, we risk a crisis of governance. The very rules and safeguards that keep our elections fair and free become vulnerable, opening the door to chaos and uncertainty. Imagine a future with too few qualified officials, more errors, and endless delays, fuel for more distrust. Frustration grows and the legitimacy of the results is called into question, making it even harder to restore faith in the system. The cycle of attack and dysfunction feeds itself, weakening democracy with every turn. Each new controversy or failure becomes another reason for people to lose hope, creating a downward spiral that's hard to escape. Securing our system means seeing the big picture, how every small crack adds up. It's not just about fixing one problem, but about understanding how these issues connect and threaten the whole structure. The stories of lawsuits, threats, and local heroes all point to one truth. Election integrity is fragile. It's a delicate balance, maintained by the vigilance and courage of ordinary people who refuse to let the cracks widen. It requires constant defense from all of us. Democracy isn't self-sustaining. It depends on active participation, community action, and a shared commitment to truth and fairness. If we ignore the cracks, the whole dam could break. The consequences would be catastrophic, not just for elections, but for the very idea of self-government. That's why every small act to protect democracy matters. So, how do we move forward? The challenges facing our democracy are real, but so is our collective power to overcome them. Every step we take matters. It starts with protecting election officials, our democracy's frontline defenders. These dedicated individuals ensure our votes are counted fairly and our voices are heard, often working long hours under intense pressure. We need stronger laws, real resources, and serious consequences for threats and harassment. Our officials deserve to feel safe and supported so they can do their jobs without fear or intimidation. Transparency and accountability must be non-negotiable for political campaigns. Voters deserve to know who is funding campaigns and how decisions are made, so trust can be built and maintained. The Musk lawsuit shows why clear rules and tough enforcement matter. When powerful interests are held accountable, it sends a message that no one is above the law. We must empower local heroes, supporting trusted voices, local journalism, and media literacy. When communities are informed, they are resilient against misinformation and manipulation. The fight against lies is won community by community. Honest conversations and shared facts are the foundation of a healthy democracy. Protecting democracy is ongoing work, not a one-time fix. It requires constant vigilance, regular improvements, and a willingness to adapt to new challenges. It takes vigilance, courage, and a shared commitment to fairness and truth. When we stand together, we can defend our values and our future. The threats are real, but so are the solutions. By working together, we can create a system that is stronger and more just for everyone. Enforce the rules, protect public servants, and empower communities. Every action, big or small, helps build a democracy we can all trust. The alternative, a system no one trusts, isn't an option. We cannot afford to let cynicism or apathy take root. Our democracy's future depends on what we do now. The choices we make today will shape the freedoms of tomorrow. The time to act is now. Together, we can secure a brighter, fairer future for all.